No intro. Let's skip all that bullshit. I just really want to talk about this because I don't like this AP poll at all. First, we're going to start with the thing I don't like the most, and that's USC coming in at number 10. Is this a top 10 team from what you saw 2 weeks ago? Barely beating Colorado, giving up 41 points in Boulder, and then coming back and winning a triple overtime game against a not good Arizona team. They should have lost that game. They had many opportunities that were squandered. I think after the first overtime when Arizona scored to tie up the game or go within 1 point, they should have just gone for two. You're on the road against a top 10 team. You have nothing to lose. They should have gone for it. I didn't like the Arizona play call in the third overtime that pretty much handed USC the game. But we're talking about a team, USC, as I'm looking at the statistics on NCAA.com, I can't even find them in total defense on the first or second page because they are 109th in college football in defense. And you're going to tell me this is a top 10 team. You were going to tell me that Caleb Williams makes this team good. Oh, they have Lincoln Riley. They have all this hype. This is not a good team. And if they continue at this pace, they're not even going to finish in the top 4 in the Pac-12, and it's criminal that they only went down from the 9th to the 10th spot in the AP poll. This is why I'm so mad. They should have at least, I think they're 20. I think they're maybe even 25. They look that bad. They haven't proven anything, and people are going to say, oh, well, they're playing Notre Dame next week, so they were just looking ahead. No, they played bad against Colorado. They played bad against Arizona. They are hiding, and they are going to get exposed against Notre Dame on the road. They play Oregon as well in Autzen. They are going to get exposed. I've been saying this all along about USC. I made a video a couple weeks ago. You guys should check it out because I'm a big college football guy. I said this defense worries me, and if it keeps up, they're not going to do anything in the Pac-12. They're not a championship contender. They're not a playoff contender, and I was right about that. USC at number 10 is criminal. Moving on, this is more of a systemic problem in college football. Systemic. That's a tough word to say. Getting my words all twisted up. Georgia at number 1. Wow, Georgia, you finally looked like a number 1 team for the first time in 6 weeks. 1 for 6. That is a horrible percentage in any sport you're playing. Baseball, from the free throw line, passing completion percentage. 1 for 6 is bad. So you're still putting Georgia as your number 1 team. Have they looked like the number 1 team this year? No. The answer is no. You cannot tell me yes. That is subjective. That's objective. That's whatever you want to say. Georgia is not the number 1 team. And I hate how, since they won last year, people vote, AP voters vote on what happened last year. Vote on this year. Georgia is not the number 1 team. Now, as far as the number 1 teams, you can make cases for a lot. You can make a case for Florida State. They beat LSU in week 1. They beat a tough Clemson team on the road. You can make a case for Oklahoma, who the analytics love them because they have a top 5 scoring defense and a top 5 scoring offense. They just beat Texas in the Red River Showdown. What a game. Oh, that was just a fun game to watch in the morning, 9 a.m. I had my coffee. I had my bagels, just like I was talking about in the last video. You can make a case for them. You can make a case for Washington. Washington hasn't played many good teams yet, but from the eye test, you could put them as number 1. Either one. You can even put Penn State. Gosh, just put Penn State. Put someone else but Georgia in there. I forgot to mention Michigan. Michigan has kind of upgraded themselves in the last few weeks, but just not Georgia. It's a systemic thing. They just have them at number 1. It's just like you have it on a whiteboard. They have it in print. You don't have the expo marker for that. They just have it in regular marker. Georgia's going to be number 1 this week. Oh, yep. Nothing changes. Georgia's going to be number 1. Rank by what you actually see. Thank you, AP voters. I'm talking to all of you. Maybe put Saturday shenanigans on there. We'll get some changes. Oh, fuck. Remove Kentucky from the top 25. They're number 24 right now. They were ranked 20 coming into the game against Georgia. And the only reason they were ranked 20 is because you have a win over Florida, a Florida team who's looked bad this year. I know they got destroyed by Utah in the first game, a Utah team without Cam Rising. We know how bad this Florida team is, and Kentucky beat them. So, put Kentucky in the rankings. Yeah, put them at 20. Oh, they lost to Georgia. We'll keep them in there. No, Kentucky's gone. Put a team like Wyoming in there. Wyoming's a 5-1 team, got a great win over Fresno State this weekend at home. And Wyoming's only loss is in a close one against Texas. And you guys, AP voters, think Texas is a top 10 team. There they are at number 9, moving down 6 spots. I think that's a good choice by the AP for that one. But anyways, take Kentucky, take Miami out of the rankings. I really don't like those. Those move me the wrong way. Another team that doesn't get talked about that much in the spectacle of social media and college football and the whole landscape is Louisville, and Louisville jumped up 11 spots this week from number 25 to number 14. They're 6-0. Yes, they just beat Notre Dame in a great game. However, Notre Dame had it coming for them. Notre Dame has such a tough schedule. They had Ohio State, then they had Duke, then they had Louisville, 3 straight ranked teams. They were almost bound to lose that game against Louisville, and besides that game, Louisville hasn't beaten anyone, and they hadn't proved anything. That's why they were sitting at 5-0 at number 25. I just don't get how they can jump a team like Oregon State. The Oregon State Beavers have proved something. They do have one loss on the road at Washington State. That's about as good of a loss that you can get. Plus that win at home over Utah. Teams like Utah, who's number 16. Teams like UCLA. I just don't see Louisville being good enough to pass all those Pac-12 teams. If you put Louisville in a head-to-head match versus an Oregon State or a UCLA or a good Pac-12 team who has one loss right now, any of those one-loss Pac-12 teams, I'm taking those Pac-12 teams all day. Neutral site, on the road, at home, wherever you take it. I just don't think Louisville should have jumped that drastically up to 14. Yes, I think they should have moved up spots. They beat Notre Dame at home. Duh. Maybe put them at 18, maybe put them at 19, but 14, that's a little too much. Come on, man. This AP poll objectively is not that bad, but the misses are just so bad on these teams like USC and Georgia. The misses are just catastrophic that I have to make an angry video like this. Besides Georgia and USC, the top 10's not bad, you know? You got teams in there. You got Florida State at 4, Oklahoma at 5, which I really like. I'm glad they gave love to Oklahoma. They are a top 5 team, but these misses are just horrible. So I made this video. I had to just pump this out. This is pretty much my live reaction after getting the rankings. It's like 11 a.m. here on the West Coast. I'm kind of just spitballing for you guys. I could make a couple more videos on the week, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I am Saturday Shenanigans. I am the home for unfiltered college football content like this. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I do this stuff for fun, but it means so much to me every time I get a comment from you guys, a new subscriber. It's just really awesome. I love college football. I know you do too. So why not show some love? Let's get it.